Magic words, people. Week 1 is here. And of course, the magic word. Whoa. Hey, what's going on? We'll put on a light show. Maybe that'll keep everyone's attention. All right. A bit of a short here going on right out of the gate. How about that? Week 1 of college football. And of course, the magical words for college football fans all year long, 24/7, 365 is the College Football Show right here at the Voice of College Football. If you were dropping by for the first time, my name's Mark. I am the Voice of College Football. Welcome in, everyone. We've left the link there in the chat. Please give us a ring and let's talk some college football. We do have a caller, and we will get to Michael in just a second. Again, please give me a call on anything concerning college football, but I would expect we're going to talk about Week 1 football games. We have posted breakdowns on Miami, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Texas, LSU, Clemson, and of course, Kansas State and Iowa State already played, and the Cyclones with the big end of the season thus far, of course. Amazon links in the description section of this video and all the videos. When you shop on Amazon, please use the link that we provide. It's the most important thing that I will say this entire night. We are here for as long as you want us to be here. So I will be here all night if you would like for me to talk college football with you all night. That is up to you. Please leave your contributions. And if you want to do so, the most effective way, that would be Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. And you can let me know to check my phone, and I'll see if we've got contributions there at Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App to keep the show going. Much like our 24-hour kickoff show. For you old timers, you know that we go 24 consecutive hours to kick off the season each and every year. We've done this for, 5 or 6 years, something like that. Every year I get a little bit smarter. It takes a while for it to sink in. I'm not the brightest bulb. Takes a little while to sink in. For the first couple of years, bam, 24 consecutive hours of me. How did I do that? I don't know. I would not do that now. Then we started to get some replacements, some fill-in hosts for an hour nap, a 2-hour nap, a 3-hour break for 4 or 5 total hours. And we've done that the last couple of years. And Matt Zemek will take us home this time around. So Thursday morning, 5 a.m. Eastern time, you're going to see me right here. Might be 5:02, might be 5:07, it might be 5:11. But I will do my best to make it 5 a.m. Eastern time. I'll set that alarm for like 4:54. 5 a.m. Eastern time. We get the marathon started because we want to go from 5 to 5 because then that way we wrap up, of course, the post-game show after all the big games on Thursday night. However, the stipulation is we want to know that you want us to be here. So if I'm not wanted, I'm wanted elsewhere. So I will do other things and with other folks. But if you would like for us to be here talking college football for 24 consecutive hours, we will do that. So I will show up at 5 a.m. Eastern time on Thursday, and we will continue the show per hour, $100 per hour. They do that on the Michigan channel. They were smart enough to start that, I believe, last season, where they did their post-game show, and every time they get $100, they keep going for the next hour. And they did some marathon shows. So we are looking to do that for 24 consecutive hours, if that's what you would like. If you don't, then I will do a 1-hour show at 5, and then I'll probably go back to bed, or I'll hit the gym. Maybe we'll take a poll on that. Should I go back to bed, hit the gym? And we'll do that from 5 to 6 a.m. But you can keep me here as long as you want me. This is the way we do things now. We are wiser and smarter. It took me this long to wisen up on how to run this place. All right, and I'm still not there for sure. So again, 5 a.m. Eastern time, and you can keep me around for 24 consecutive hours if you so choose. If not, I think we'll shoot back at like noon, give it another shot, and then pregame. We'll do some pregame as well. We've got a lot of good ball games or what we think could be decent games lined up on Thursday night. So a lot of things you need to keep track of this week. It's week 1, folks. So, of course, football's back, and that's the fun part of it. But there's stuff to keep track of here. We got a marathon Thursday, 5 a.m. Eastern time. We got the Amazon link. Got to shop on Amazon. Use the link that we provide. And, before we take some calls, I gotta show off the merch. Got to do that. We are pretty proud of our new merch. So there it is. We've got just about every team for you. But if you go to the main channel, this is the links in the chat. And so grab the link and you go to the main page, but you can just use the drop down right there in the middle and look at all the teams we've got. Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, Clemson, Colorado, Florida, and on down the line. All those teams and a fine run of apparel. This is quality stuff. But here's the main page for the Voice of College Football on the main channel, the national channel. So if you'd like to support us and show off our VOCFB gear, there it is, looking sharp. You got a couple different types of hats, shirts, polos, and we actually, boy, they shorted me on the what do we got down here? Yeah, because let's see, let's pick out a team there. They've got more for these teams than they do for the big guy right here, for the main guy. What's going on here? Let's go to Auburn. Auburn, we got Auburn hats, and then we got the shirts, but we also have here, you got the tumbler, you got the mug, you got the whatever we call those, the can cooler. Good stuff. So let's keep that up there for everyone to see. All right. Appreciate you all being here at the Voice of College Football. And somebody gave me a heart on Facebook. Thank you for that, whomever that is. We are simulcasting on Facebook. All right. Welcome into the Voice of College Football. We got Michael on the line. Michael, what's going on?
Not much, Mark. How you doing, sir?
I am doing great.
All right. 5 quarterbacks. Drew Lohr, Bryson Underwood is it Bryson Underwood for Michigan?
Yes.
Julian Sayin from Ohio State.
Yeah.
Luke Altmaier from Illinois.
Yeah.
Fernando Mendoza from IU.
Yeah.
And Raiola. What's his first name?
Dylan
Raiola from Nebraska.
Okay.
Rank them 1 through 6.
So some of these guys have not played a down of football, basically.
Sure.
You picked out what? 2 quarterbacks who have never played.
Mm-hmm.
And Julian Sayin may have thrown 3 passes last year, so somebody's going to make that comment in the chat. Basically, okay, he's not played. So 2 quarterbacks haven't played. Then Dylan Raiola obviously is the 1 year. Drew Aller is 3. And Luke Altmaier has been a starting quarterback now for 3 years at Illinois. Okay. I would rank them. Did I get them all? That's all of them? Okay.
Yeah.
If I was going to have just college football team this year and with no particular style of offense or anything like that, and I just had to pick quarterbacks, take my shot, well, I'm going to take, just for this season, I'm going to take Drew Aller. I'm going to take him number 1. I am going to take Bryce Underwood second. I'm going to take, I'll probably take Julian Sayin third, Luke Altmaier 4th, and Dylan Raiola 5th.
Okay. What do you know much about Mendoza? I don't know much about Mendoza.
Oh, I left him out. Fernando Mendoza, he played at Cal. He's a gamer. He can run around. He's elusive. I would take him actually. Give me Mendoza second. Aller, Mendoza, Underwood, Altmaier. No, how did I go? Sayin, Altmaier, Raiola.
Okay. Just I would go with Alar. I'd probably go with Altmaier, number 2.
Okay. Why?
Something about it. I keep put my thumb on it, but something about me impresses him, man. I don't know if it's just the way he with his deep ball or something.
Okay.
I don't know much about Mendoza. I would probably have to put Rayola number 3, Underwood 4, Saiyan 5, and then Mendoza 6. But that I could change. That could be. I don't know. I have to watch some. Cause I really didn't get to watch much of Cal last year play. But I heard he does have a pretty decent ball, deep ball.
Yeah, I haven't seen him play much, but I'm hearing that he is going to go in the first round of the NFL draft.
Okay.
Let's see what Phil Steele has to say here.
Okay.
Keep going, Michael.
No, I mean, like I said, like you're the guru of college football. I was just asking your opinion about it, stuff like that.
Oh, I used to be. Not anymore.
Okay, who replaced you?
I'm
If you say
doing
that guy,
doing all sorts of other stuff these days. This gig doesn't pay enough to keep me engaged all day. I gotta work for a living now.
Hey,
Michael,
Mark,
you know how that is.
Yeah, just be glad you got a job, man. Me, I'm still looking for one, but hopefully that comes in soon.
I don't have a job. I haven't had a job for 5 years.
Oh, well.
I've made my own jobs.
Yeah, maybe I need to, but I don't know. I'll say, all right, and stuff like that. So, how do you think Simpson? No, wait a minute. Think Stain will do against Texas defense on Saturday?
Well, again, considering I've never seen the guy play, that's difficult for me to answer from that standpoint. But you asked the question, and I got to give you an answer. And the answer is going to be based more on Ryan Day and the best wide receiver core in the nation, and a really good offensive line, and capable running backs, and maybe the best tight end unit in the country. Mm-hmm. So as long as he reads the defense, keeps his nerves, keeps his poise, moves his feet in the pocket, and they set him up for success early so he can pick up his confidence, some momentum, he will be just fine.
Okay.
What do you want, a stat line? You want me to guess a stat line for Julian Sayin Saturday?
No, you don't have to do that.
I was looking forward to. Okay.
Go ahead if you want to.
Julian Sayin on Saturday. Write this down, everyone. Julian Sayin against Texas on Saturday is going to go 19 for 28, 247 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Last question before I let you go. Dark horse from the Power 4 that can sneak up on people and win the conference potentially this year and be in the playoffs.
In any conference?
No, just the Power 4.
Well, I mean, any Power 4 conference. Yes.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
The
Gotcha.
SEC, Big Ten, ACC.
Okay. You want one in each conference?
Yes.
Okay. And you tell me if they're a dark horse or not, because different people have different definitions of dark horses, but I will go with it this way. I will say in the Big Ten, your dark horse is Iowa.
Okay.
ACC, your dark horse is Louisville. SEC, your dark horse is Texas A&M. And in the Big 12, your dark horse is, besides just about everyone, your dark horse is give me a second here. Your dark, because every team that I think of, somebody is picking them to win. I hear Baylor, I hear Utah, I hear Kansas State, Iowa State. I don't know who a dark horse would be in the Big 12. There's really not a dark. You're either a dark horse, you're not a dark horse, or if you are, you just are really not that good. So I really don't have a dark horse in the Big 12 because I don't think they exist. The only ones that exist are really bad football teams.
Okay. I was doing so that. All right, sir. I appreciate it. I will be listening in. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you, Michael. We appreciate it. Have a good night.
Okay.
Our buddy Michael Hogue stopping by. Always good to hear from Michael. All right. Caden dropping in. Caden, what's going on?
Good evening, Mark. How are you doing, good sir?
I'm doing splendid. How are you?
Since we're on the subject of week one, let's talk about a particular week one game that I have a lot on my mind that I'm ready for. Ohio State versus Texas. I saw the preview video that you did 2 weeks ago, and I'll say your takes are pretty interesting. But I won't get into that subject. But I mean, I gave my score prediction to somebody about that game, and people say I'm an idiot for saying what I said, but I told them I didn't stutter about what I said and what score I said. And the reason I gave my score, the final score opinion of mine, was because I said Ohio State's defense is either going to open that game up early and end Texas early, and then that gives Julian Sayin the opportunity to use, that wide receiver core and the tight ends, just to finish it off in the fourth quarter, that game off in the fourth quarter. And I said Ohio State is winning that game 49-17 by no questions asked.
Okay, let's review a few things here, Caden. Let's just review a few things. So everyone, if you caught that, Caden is picking Ohio State to defeat Texas 49-17. And there is nothing on Saturday that would make me any happier than if Ohio State won that game by 5 touchdowns. That would be phenomenal. Great. I do have a few questions, though. When Ohio State played Oregon in the regular season, what was your prediction on that game?
I said, okay, I know what you're doing, Mark.
You know what I'm doing? I'm reviewing your prediction past in terms of what you've brought on this show as predictions. We're just reviewing that.
Exactly, Mark. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But let me give you this. And the reason I'm giving
please answer my. I got 3 questions for you. Please answer the questions. When Ohio State played Oregon in the regular season last year, what was your prediction on that game?
Well, I said we were going to be about 49-3.
Yes. Okay. When Ohio State played Penn State, what was your prediction on that game?
That was 52-6.
Okay. When Ohio State played Michigan last year, what was your score prediction on that game?
I said 56-7.
Okay. All right. Just reviewing your track record. Those are the only predictions I know of. So 49-17. Okay. I will take 32 points, certainly. If somebody wants to hand me Texas and 32 points, I'm here for it.
And like I said, Mark, with Ohio State's defense, I feel like we know with the returning starters and with the new defensive coordinator, Matt Patricia, I feel like this is where, this defense is really going to thrive. After fall camp and after the late summer camp, fall camp at the Woody Hayes, I heard on their social media, I saw on their social media, I watched the tape and I said, you know what? I feel like this defense is going to come into the horseshoe August 30th and lay the wood on Texas. Heck, they're going to have barbecued bevo steak afterwards. And I'm that confident.
Okay. And again, you understand the more times you make those kind of predictions and the more times you come up just slightly short, then the less credibility you have.
Listen, Larkin, my predictions are maybe terrible, but I'll take my odds any day of the week. That's how much of a risk taker I am.
Okay.
If I gotta bite the nail, Mark, I'll bite the nail.
I have no idea what that statement means that you just made.
If I gotta bite the nail, Mark, and if I gotta suck in my defeat in predictions, so be it.
Okay.
That's how much of a man I am. All right.
Yes, that is the mark of a man right there. Absolutely.
Oh, and Mark, I do want to talk about one of the most respected teams. I do feel Georgia. I feel confident that Georgia is going to be either going with one loss, or either they're going to have one loss in their schedule or no losses on their schedule. And I'm saying it now tonight. They're going to the SEC title game either with one loss or no losses.
Okay.
Mark it down for me.
That is certainly possible. All right.
Because their defense is, I saw the footage. I saw on their social media page. I listened to a lot of the podcasts from out there in Georgia, and with John Gruden's visit to campus a few weeks ago, I feel like that kind of helped the guys realize where they're really at and what the situation at the university is. Helped them realize this is the team that for 2 consecutive years basically just dominated the SEC without any question, won 2 national championships, and took the SEC by storm with no questions asked. And I feel like, and I was like, when Coach Gruden came in and talked to them about it and reminded them like who they actually are and what kind of team they should be, I kind of realized that they kind of got that switch flipped, and they're like, you know what, we need to stop causing trouble and start remembering we got to play football 60 minutes, and we're the same team, and we're the team who won back-to-back national championships, shut people out, and just played our tails off. And so I feel like Georgia's, this year, this is really where they're going to kick up into that higher gear. They're going to be playing, like Ray Lewis Raven style defense, just coming at you hard. And I feel like that they're going to start doing more of that, blitzing. They're going to start putting more pressure. They're going to start making more turnovers. So that's just kind of my take. And also Ohio State. I feel like Ohio State's going to do more cause more turnovers, like interceptions, 4 fumbles. They're going to start playing more hard-hitting defense. So, I mean, people can hate me for my comments and guts, but you know what? I say you can hate my guts, you can hate my soul, you can hate my opinion, but I don't care because I'm Kane the Diesel Freak, and that's all I got to say about that.
All right. Well, Keaton just let us know that that's all he's got to say about that. And it would be a good thing maybe if he didn't have anything to say for a few weeks. It's the same thing every call. Somebody help me here with a decent phone call. All right. Welcome into the Voice of College Football, everyone. We are here for at least another 33 minutes or for as long as you want me. It is up to you. It is up to you. And we have certainly left the call-in line there in the chat. I do apologize. It's not in the description section of the video, but you know what is in the description section of the video? The Amazon link is there. So when you shop on Amazon, please use the link that we provide. I'll be here at 5 a.m. Eastern time on Thursday. I might be here for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, up to 24 hours. I will sit here for 24 hours. Well, I am going to take a break or two in the course of 24 hours. But that is up to you. So you'll see me for 1 hour at least, or 24 hours, or something in between. That's the big kickoff marathon here at the Voice of College Football. All right. We got Michigan Man stopping by. If we can get him clicked in here. I don't know what's wrong. Welcome in, Michigan Man. What's going on tonight?
Hey, what's up, man? Did I just hear you put Bryce Underwood above Julian Saint?
Based on not seeing one pass thrown, sure. Yeah, for whatever that means, or for whatever that, I'm just going by a hunch. I'm going by a hunch, and I guess recruiting rankings slightly, but it's meaningless right now. I haven't seen the guys play. I don't know.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I'm excited, man. I'll tell you that. The way they're talking about him right now from camp and stuff, I'm definitely excited.
Yes, I hear great things about Bryce Underwood. I hear good things about Julian Sayin. So that impacted me as well. And everybody that's listening, understand that doesn't mean Bryce Underwood's going to have better statistics than Julian Sayin. You could be a better quarterback than the Ohio State quarterback, but not produce the same number of statistics. He's not going to throw the ball as much, you wouldn't think, and he doesn't have the best wide receiver core in the country.
Yeah, context matters with everything. I will say this, man. Is Caden a real person? I'm just curious. Is he like a real person, or is it like is it like a character? I refuse to believe that's a real person.
It's very odd because he showed up at some point, and yeah, it was kind of this caricature of something, kind of this dark, menacing kind of guy that had outlandish things to say, and really the rest of it's just blah, blah, blah. Really nothing adds up to much of anything of substance. And then, I don't know, about 6 months ago or at some point, he kind of came clean and showed his face and said, I'm putting that away and I'm not doing that anymore. And told us his real name. I think his name is Kate. I don't know. He's thrown two different names at us. I don't know which is which. And but then he's gone back to this, I'm the most hated man in college football.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah. Anyways, back to football though.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Ohio State. Yeah, they're not winning 49-17. They might win, man, but I think it's going to be a good, hard-fought game. It's probably going to be one of the best games of the season. I am leaning Ohio State to win this game just because I don't know, man. It's Steve Sarkisian to me kind of has those James Franklin-esque moments in big games. It's at Ohio State. I'm just leaning Ohio State. That's just how it pains me to say that. Trust me, it pains me to say that. I would love to see Texas win the game. I just can't do it. You probably feel the same way.
I have not specifically heard the the national type prognostications come out. I don't know, but I hear it kind of third hand, second hand on social media, and I don't know exactly who I'm referring to. I guess the Reese Davis, Joel Klatz. Well, Klatz going to be doing the game, so not him, but those type of people that they're leaning heavily toward Texas. That's what I'm hearing. Now, I don't think that those guys necessarily have great prediction records, but that's what I'm hearing. That Texas, I keep seeing this post on social media about them being better at almost every position group than Ohio State.
Yeah, I don't get that at all. I mean, I think Ohio State, I would almost. First of all, let's put it this way, right? Let's put it this way. Arch Manning, he's not really proven at all. He's had moments, right? He's had moments, but is he proven against top competition? I don't think so. Do you?
No.
Exactly. And to me, just based off of Ryan Day's track record at Ohio State, I would lean towards even if Julian Sayin's a little green in this game, I was still lean towards him setting him up in successful positions to succeed. In giving him the right plays and with the weapons he has, I could see him, especially being at home, having a better game than Arch Manning, who I don't even know how good he truly is against what I think is going to be a great defense.
Well, to your point, Arch Manning's played quite a bit more than Julian Sayin, but it's been in two different capacities. Either when he's allowed to throw the football, it's in garbage time against bad teams, like Group 5 teams. And then against the big opponents, he just comes in as a runner. That's all he did last year. And he never was.
That's exactly my point. Yeah.
Against any good teams, but he's got the experience of at least being on the field in college football playoff games and big atmospheres.
Yeah, no doubt. One last game I'll comment on and get out here. Clemson, LSU, man. Do you think if LSU loses, do you think Brian Kelly is out of there?
No.
Do you think the seat's going to start heating up? Well, because that would have been every opener he's lost, right?
Yeah. He's going to be. He's going to be whatever that is. 22 through 0-4. I think he's 0-3. They've lost 5 straight. He's lost 3 straight.
Yeah,
So
so
the LSU people that we've had on, including Matt Moscona, who's with ESPN Radio down there, says that Brian Kelly's not going anywhere. He's got another season to go. Although the expectations are high, they're in the preseason top 10, and if they throw in another 8-4, I don't think they're going to put up with that too much longer. Maybe they'll give him one more year.
I mean, Ed Orgeron literally won an undefeated national champion, and within what 2 years he was out of there.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't know, man. I feel like if he goes 7-5, 8-4, they're probably gonna have a conversation with him. You know what I'm saying, in the offseason, because I feel like they don't give their coaches a long leash, from what I've seen.
Ed Orgeron lost. He went 5-5 the next year, and he went 6-7 his final season. Brian Kelly's not doing that.
No, but I feel like if you win an undefeated championship, most coaches I've seen, they get a lot of grace. They get a lot of grace.
I can't think of undefeated champions that have lost 5-7 games immediately after that.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. No, that's true. All right, man, I'm gonna get out of here. I am super excited to watch Michigan this weekend. I want to see the two things I want to see is the offensive line play, and I want to watch the weapons, if we have any, that to be determined, obviously, and how Bryce Underwood does as a young QB, or if they even have him do much. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Go Blue. And I'm hoping Texas can pull it off. I just don't feel like they're going to do it. So, all right. Have a good night, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. We've got our question of the night posted here just a few hours ago. What is the most likely upset of the week 1 schedule? These are the 4 selections I came up with. There are others, obviously, that we could come up with. Of course, every game has a favorite and an underdog, but I don't consider anything too much less than a touchdown to really be an upset. Like if somebody's a 5-point underdog, okay, is that really an upset? It's obviously Vegas is favoring one team, probably at that point like 57 to 43%. But these are what I consider substantial upsets, and also what I consider the 4 most likely upsets. I would also include Virginia's playing Coastal Carolina. And Coastal Carolina is a 12-point dog against Virginia. That, to me, is another one to look out for. East Carolina and NC State. East Carolina defeated NC State last year. And East Carolina almost pulled off an upset against an NC State team that went 9-4 2 years ago. And the two get together in week 1 again. So that's a possible upset. But these are the ones that come to mind for me. When Vegas tells you that Cincinnati's a less than touchdown favorite against a Big Ten team, if that Big Ten team was any of the top, excluding Iowa plays a different brand of football. Their games are close. That's just kind of a different deal. Iowa has won basically more 1 to 4 point wins than anybody in civilization over the last 20 years. So they're in a different class. They would not be a huge favorite against Cincinnati again because of style of play, but there would be a high certainty that Iowa would beat Cincinnati. But everybody else on the upper echelon of the Big Ten would be substantial favorites against Cincinnati: Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon. For Nebraska to be just a 6.5-point favorite playing in Kansas City against Cincinnati, that tells me something about Cincinnati's shot in this game. And a lot of people do like the Bearcats to be a pretty good football team with Brendan Sorsby at quarterback, Evan Pryor at running back. They've got, a pretty strong football team. And we broke them down at one point during the offseason, looked at their defense. It should be fairly stout. So don't look past that one. Minnesota, of course, even a 9-4 Gophers team 2 years ago lost to Bowling Green out of the MAC, and Minnesota has struggled in early season performances. Buffalo's coming off a 9-win season, 17.5 points. Is that a possibility? Of course it is. A lot of people are talking about Toledo making a run to the college football playoff and repping the group of 5, and they are on the road against Kentucky. And Kentucky, this says a lot about Kentucky in a week in which they officially named Zach Calzada, the former Texas A&M quarterback, as their starting quarterback with the Wildcats, taking on Toledo as a just a touchdown favorite at home. And then finally, we have Wisconsin and Miami of Ohio. Now, I don't know how good the Red Hawks are supposed to be this year, but they have been one of the better programs in the MAC in recent years. And so look out there in Camp Randall as a 17.5-point favorite. Keep in mind, Vegas, not Vegas in terms of the sports books, but the football team coached by Dan Mullen was a 30-point favorite this past Saturday. They escaped by a touchdown. So there is a possibility there. Super chat coming in from Matthew Miller. We appreciate Matthew and all his hard work here at the Voice of College Football. And of course, check out Matthew and Gerald on the Texas show. Mark, pick from these 3. One has to be a classic game, a boring game, average game. And he's giving us what are basically supposed to be the 3 best matchups of the weekend. I believe that LSU and Clemson and Ohio State and Texas are far more likely to be classics than Miami and Notre Dame. I can see a Saturday night situation in Death Valley with Garrett Nussmeier coming down the field down 4, late game, gotta have it at the Clemson 15, 4th and 6, that kind of deal. Ohio State and Texas they're just the 2 best teams on a field, maybe all season, arguably all season, certainly in this week, they are most likely the 2 best teams. So anytime that happens, and you've got the factor of them having played, of course, just a few months ago, I'm going to say that the boring game here, and of course, I want to see all these games, and I do not think that all of or any of them will be boring because the obvious pros on the Miami side are that they're playing at home. They've got a veteran quarterback in Carson Beck who maybe is taking a bit too much heat for a subpar 2024 season. And then, of course, we've got Notre Dame with CJ Carr starting his first game in what is usually an empty stadium, but is going to be a hostile environment. Remember the last time Notre Dame visited Miami and they were a favorite and they got shellacked in 2017, 41-8. But I do think that that's got the most likely chance of it being a boring. Think Notre Dame and Texas A&M last year. Was that an exciting game? No, it was a close game. Notre Dame went to Texas A&M and the score was 13-all with 5 minutes left in the game. And then Notre Dame put on 2 just classic beat them up along the offensive front. The offensive line came of age. They only had 6 starts going into the season and put together a field goal drive, touchdown drive, iced the game in the final 5, 6, 7 minutes. We could see something like that. We could see Miami not be able to move the ball against Notre Dame not being able to pull away because they just don't have it. And with a young quarterback, don't want to risk a 10-3 lead in the third quarter, and Notre Dame wins the kind of game that they won at Texas A&M last year. So that's the number one candidate by far for the boring game. And then I just think because of the sheer athleticism and NFL talent on the field, really in both of the other games, but specifically Texas at Ohio State, that's the classic. And then an average game, I don't think LSU and Clemson's going to be average. However, if you buy into a few things with LSU, one being Brian Kelly keeps losing these first games. They're on the road. Garrett Nussmeier was banged up a little in August camp. Their offensive line is refurbished, and that may not spell a good outcome for LSU. And Clemson just seems to be the chic pick for a lot of people. And I could see Clemson winning this game like 31-17. I could see that happening. I also could see LSU going in there and taking care of business because, hey, when in doubt, I lean toward in a close situation, especially early in the season, week one, when we know nothing about these teams that we've seen in the moment. I'm going to lean toward the SEC team because they're just more battle tested. The players are more battle tested. Clemson got pummeled by 2 SEC teams last year, and the other one they lost. They lost 3 games to the SEC. They're 3-7 is Clemson against the SEC. This is despite Clemson not being the Clemson of Trevor Lawrence and Deshaun Watson from 2015 to 2020, not being that since 2020. Clemson has clearly been still the best program in the ACC. It's not even close. Florida State was for a year, and other teams jumped up and stole one championship in the ACC, Pitt. But overall, Clemson, I bet Clemson has a larger disparity between their record and the rest of the conference than any other team in any other conference in America. Even though they've been down, they've still been that much better than everyone in the ACC, and they're not beating SEC teams, and they're not winning important games. They're not beating anyone of substance. Their best win last season was, of course, on a 56-yard field goal at the gun against SMU. Their best regular season win was against a pretty drab 7-6 Pitt team that was not any good. So Clemson hasn't. When is the last time Clemson beat anybody that was any good? Again, the SMU game. When's the last time Clemson beat anybody outside the conference that was any good? So hopefully that answered your question, Matthew. And so we have taken some votes here. And we've got, you can go ahead and vote on this deal. We've got 117 votes. I just posted this 4 hours ago. And the runaway winner at this point is Cincinnati and Nebraska as the most likely upset of the 4 games that I put up there. And then Toledo and Kentucky is right there at 38%. And maybe some folks had some other LSU over Clemson. They're a 4-point fan. I don't consider that really an upset. Not much of one. So there you go. And did I tell you, we've got merch here at the Voice of College Football. We're excited about that. And thanks to Josh Moeller lining us up with the merch. He did a phenomenal job getting this all put together very quickly. So check out the VOCFB merch. It's quality stuff. And somebody had asked in the chat, I think MSU #1 fan. Hopefully he's still with us. But whether we had a Michigan State page. We do not have Michigan State merch. We don't have a Michigan State channel at this point. So if you know of anybody who loves Michigan State football and they can talk and they know the team, that's the prerequisite. Can you talk and do you know your team? Then you can host a channel and host a show, and Michigan State would be great if we added them. Oh, Joe, stop it. It's not ugly merch. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Ralph says Oklahoma owned the Big 12. It's close between Clemson and Oklahoma dominating a conference. Not really. I get your point before 2020. I'm not talking, I said specifically since 2020 when Trevor Lawrence walked off campus. Oklahoma, first of all, was not even in the Big 12 for one of those seasons. And yeah, Oklahoma in 2020 won the Big 12 and did not win the Big 12 after that. Yes, I was compromising my definition of good and saying that, yes, SMU, good. They went 11-3 last year. Good football team. Good football team. If you make stupid comments, I will delete them. But man, we're proud of our merch. Did I say that? So check out the merch at vocfb.com. We've got, we appreciate this coming in here. Mark, who won the book? That's a good question there, Blue Wolverine, and thank you for reminding me. So Disputed National Champions is, it's the best book you will ever read in your entire life. I have no doubt about that. It's just, this is not hyperbole whatsoever. Not at all. It is the finest literary work in the history of the written word. Disputed National Champions. You can grab the link down in the description section of the video or simply go to Amazon and get yourself a book. But if somebody writes to me at MarkRogersTV at Gmail, our friend Blue Wolverine has purchased a book for you. So you get a freebie signed by me. We've had about 25 or 30 people. We do appreciate you that cared enough and valued it enough somehow to have a autographed version. So I've got a stack of books around here. So we've got some more that can be sent out with my signature. So if you would like such, then MarkRogersTV at Gmail. Otherwise, I'm going to keep Blue Wolverine's money. We have some really good guests lined up here for the rest of the week at the Voice of College Football. Trying to think who those individuals are. I know that I lined up about 3 guests for the rest of the week. And keep in mind, once we roll into Thursday, we're going to be here after football. So the deal is that, Thursday, 5 a.m. Eastern time, you guys have, first of all, you got about 7 minutes to right or wrong and keep me around all night. There we go. Matthew got us started. Blue Wolverine, very nice. So we are a mere $143 shy of a second hour. And I'll stay here all night if you'd like me to. Same thing with the 24-hour marathon. I'll be here at 5 a.m. Eastern time. Who else is going to be here Thursday at 5 a.m.? Thursday at 5 a.m. for you late night owls on the West Coast, keep in mind it's going to be 2 a.m. on the left coast, so you can show up. And I'm going to be here live at 5 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Pacific on Thursday morning. And we will carry on the 24-hour marathon, and I will be planted to this chair for 24 consecutive hours if you so choose. If you so choose. All right. Well, that should pretty much do it, folks. Nobody else calling in. We appreciate you being here at the Voice of College Football. Check out the videos. Keep in mind that we are firing up the Florida State Live Show. Yes, by popular demand, I will be hosting the Florida State Live Show, and it is back with George from Renegade Report and James Coleman and myself. That's Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. So I've got a triple header of sorts. Shoot, with a little break, I've got a quadruple header of sorts on Tuesday night. The Iowa show at 5 Eastern, the Big Ten Live show at 6. Then we got the Florida State Live show at 7. And then we're back here with all of you at 10 Eastern on Tuesday night. Get your merch, vocfb.com. And we will see you on Tuesday. College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.